So I have watched the new Splatoon 3 chill season trailer over 100 times, and I can gladly say that I feel like I know everything now. So hello guys and welcome, it is that SLB2 dude, and let's go ahead and take a closer look at all the new weapons that you're going to be getting in Splatoon 3. So let's start off with this new shooter weapon. Now in my reaction video, I said that this was the Forge Pro. I was incorrect. As we can see, the Forge Pro looks completely different in the trailer, and this weapon seems to be something completely different. On first glance, it definitely looks like the Forge, but it's not. Now looking at it, it looks like a mid-range weapon that has really good movement. It's almost like its strafe speed is similar to the Splattershot. It also seems the fire rate of this weapon is also somewhat similar to the Splattershot too. Reminds me a lot like how the dual squelches worked in Splatoon 1. Now looking at the kit for this weapon, it seems like it's going to have a point sensor and killer whale, which honestly, in my opinion, seems like an extremely good kit. It's like a really recon heavy kit, to be honest. Not going to lie, it actually might make the H3 nozzle nose that's currently in the game feel a little bit obsolete, as that weapon has point sensors as well. And right now, I'd say it's one of the better point sensor spammy weapons. I can definitely see a shooter weapon like this could also follow along being another spammy point sensor weapon. Other than that, this weapon looks fun. Alright, while I'm editing this, we also just got some recent info on this weapon. Its proper name is actually called the Splattershot Nova, and it also seems one of the special things about this weapon is that it won't fall victim to bullet deviation, I think, or when you're jumping up in the air, it won't fall victim to having bullet spread. But don't quote me on that because that is not said, because all the sources are pretty much saying that the weapon's going to be really accurate. And I'm kind of taking that assumption from having a Splashomatic that's 100% accurate and you can jump up in the air and all that. So we'll just have to see. Moving on to the new roller. Now we saw this in the season trailer, and straight away I noticed that the roller's painting output is much wider than any other roller that we have had previously. Might match the Dynamo in some way, but it seems like this is going to be the main theme for this roller. We can also confirm that this is not a flingser roller, as the vertical flick seems to be the same speed as a regular roller. And now there's probably going to be more to this weapon in terms of damage output. It's kind of hard to tell how far the range with this weapon is, so we probably know a little bit more about it till we get closer to the season date. Now the new charger that is in the game is extremely interesting. It seems like it's a regular charger, but you have 5 shots stored and you can shoot them whenever when you have at least charged the charger once. I assume when you go back within the ink, all 5 potential shots will disappear, so you'll probably have to focus a lot on making sure to set up properly to be able to shoot those 5 shots. The range of this weapon seems like it does shoot fairly far. Seems like it's very close to Splat charger range, maybe not quite, maybe a little shorter, but I'm sure we'll find out more when we get to try it out for ourselves. We're also aware that this weapon has Tacticooler, which is, yeah, I guess it makes sense. To be honest, I'd prefer a different special, but I can see why they would want to give this type of weapon Tacticooler. It feels like you should always be in a safe position to actually put down a Tacticooler down, and it's probably for your teammates more than anything. This weapon's really interesting. It's like a longer range bamboo, except of course the mechanics are slightly different to it. I am curious if it will have the held charge mechanic. That would probably allow the weapon to move a little bit more. To be honest, I hope it does. I'm also curious on how it shoots. Is it a thing where you just let go of the button and the shots go out itself? Or is it a thing where you can shoot when you want to? I'm kind of leaning towards it being a charger where you let go of the button and the 5 shots will automatically shoot afterwards. Because it wouldn't make sense if you let go of the button and then you're stuck in an animation where you're just holding a charge out and then tapping to shoot afterwards. Unless the amount of charge is always remembered, then that would make sense. But if that was the case, I feel like they'll need to slow the charge time altogether. Either way, this weapon looks so cool. Now all of this seems great, and it seems like we actually have some alternate versions of weapons that already exist. Let's start with the Mini Splatling, which has Big Bubbler and Toxic Mist, which is a huge reference to the Zinc Mini Splatling that was in Splatoon 1, as that had Disruptor, which was the Toxic Mist at the time in Splatoon 1, and Bubbler, which is now a bigger Bubbler in Splatoon 3. It definitely might not be as strong as it was in Splatoon 1's, considering how Big Bubbler works now, and of course how Toxic Mist also works now. But I love the fact that it has basically the same kit, but just in a different way. I also like the fact that they changed the color of this weapon to make it look a lot different compared to the original Mini Splatling. This is most likely going to be a theme of more alternate versions of weapons as we go through. The Forge Splattershot Pro seems that has Suction Bomb and Booyah Bomb, which is not gonna lie, everything that we wanted in a Splattershot Pro. It's quite similar to the Kensa Splattershot Pro in Splatoon 2 that had Splat Bomb and Booyah Bomb. 100% this is probably going to be one of the most popular weapons weapons chosen, as it's of course an old favorite with a different bomb, and I think this weapon's also going to be extremely good in tower control, of course having the booyah bomb and the suction bomb. And unless the angle shooter / marker pen gets a incredible buff going into Season 2, then it is most likely that this Splattershot Pro is going to be heavily picked. The Black Lunar Blaster has Fizzy Bomb. We do not know what the special is going to be yet, much like the Dapple Dooley's Nouveau, which also has Torpedo, which of course we don't know what the special weapon is going to be, and of course the Splattershot, which has Splat Bomb, but we don't know, of course, what the special is going to be. But if we look at the Nintendo website, talking a little bit about this new season of Splatoon 3, it mentions, along with 3 new weapons, a new roller, charger, and shooter, there are going to be 10 returning weapons from previous Splatoon games, including some with modified sets. So those 3 returning weapons, starting with the Lunar Blaster, which has Fizzy Bomb, we can assume that it might have something like Ink Storm, considering the Lunar Blaster in Splatoon 2 also had Ink Storm. We can also assume the Splattershot may have Inkjet, considering the Tend-to-Tech Splattershot in Splatoon 2 also had Splat Bomb and Inkjet. The only thing, of course, we can't assume is what the Dapples is going to have, since it has Torpedo, and since also Splashdown is not in the game, we can't exactly assume that this weapon is going to get that. Or what if it does, considering Splashdown is also in the single player? Maybe they want to bring it back, who knows? But that's what we have right now. We have 3 new weapons and currently 5 returning weapons. They did mention that they're going to give us 10 returning weapons for this next season, meaning we're going to be getting a total of 13 different weapons for this new season, which is friggin' hype. It is currently a mystery to what the next 5 weapons are going to be. It would be sick if we got another trailer just to kind of show them off, but I think for right now, we have to keep a close eye on Splatoon JP's Twitter from now until the season launches, because they could drop anytime from now. Also, just to mention, the new map, Brine Water Springs, is what it's actually called. And of course, we have Flounder Heights also making a return. They look cool, and I am looking forward to playing on them. With all that being said, what do you guys think of all the new weapons coming into this game? What kind of variations of weapons would you like to see? There are 5 potential weapons that we don't know about yet, and in about 2 weeks' time, it's all going to reveal itself. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1 million subscribers. And of course, follow me on Twitch. We stream all the time. And follow my Twitter as well. We post all the time. And follow the Discord to talk to other people about Splatoon 3. And of course, play Splatoon 3 with other people too. Everything in the description below. And with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. And I shall see you guys in a future video.